What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've just got a quick video breakdown of the Festival of the Lost Eververse items for 2022. This year we get 3 weeks of the event with new rewards and cosmetics, and looking at the Eververse items for Festival of the Lost, as always, there are items which will be available for silver first, and then later will be sold for bright dust, and so, if you want to know when things will be available, we'll break down the schedule in this video. Quick disclaimer though, the schedule is subject to change, and occasionally Bungie have mixed up this rotation, but that's relatively rare, and if it does change, I'll be sure to update the video. We should also give a big shout out to the Eververse calendar on todayindestiny.com as well. Be sure to check out their site for a bunch of awesome D2 info, which is linked down below. And now starting out with Festival of the Lost Week 1. In the Eververse store for Bright Dust, we're going to see the Lunar Raw exotic emote. That one will cost 3,250 Bright Dust. And additionally, we'll see the Infected Seeker exotic ship, one of the items from previous years, which will be available for 2,000 Bright Dust. Also in Week 1, we'll see the Reanimated Entrance Transmat effect for 450 Bright Dust, as well as the Basalt Toxic Shader, which will cost 300 Bright Dust as always. And then we have the Strange Brew multiplayer emote, and as normal these are fairly expensive, 4,250 Bright Dust. Plus there'll be a new legendary emote called No Escape for 700 Bright Dust. Then for a couple of final items here, we have the Broomswept Knight exotic Sparrow, which will be 2,500 Bright Dust in Week 1. Plus the Mance Macabre exotic ship, which will be 2,000 Bright Dust. And then we'll see the Shaded Titan mask, the mask ornament there for 1,200 Bright Dust. And the featured weapon ornament for the first week will be the Pride Glass for Fighting Lion. That one will cost 1,250 Bright Dust, and finally, there'll also be the Batwing Entrance Transmat effect for 450 Bright Dust in the first week. Then as we move into Week 2, this is where the info will get a bit more useful in terms of avoiding spending silver over Bright Dust. Week 2 will kick off on the 25th of October, and initially we'll see the Hexing Shell, an exotic ghost there for 2,850 Bright Dust, donning the Wizard Hat. There'll also be a new rare emote called It Was You, and that one will be available for 400 Bright Dust. Additionally, we'll see the Murder of Crows Transmat effect, that will be 450 Bright Dust, and the shader for Week 2 will be Reanimated Verve, another one from previous years there, and that will cost 300 Bright Dust. There'll be the Boo exotic emote available as well for 3,250 Bright Dust, plus the Peaceful Rest legendary emote for 700 Bright Dust. Next though, the Hazy Future Shell is a new one that we'll see this year. It'll come up for 2,850 Bright Dust on the second week of the event. Just bear in mind it will also be available for silver on the first week of the event. So if you want to save your silver, you'll only have to wait till the second week to get it for Bright Dust. And Week 2 will also see the Desmodus exotic ship for 2,000 Bright Dust. And the mask ornament for the week will be the Spider Mask for 1,200 Bright Dust. We do get a pretty cool weapon ornament on Week 2 called Worm Perilous, and this is a new one for the Parasite. Comes with these cool kind of scales down the side. And on Week 2 it'll be available for 1,250 Bright Dust. Just bear in mind again that this will be available in the first week for silver. But also in Week 2 we'll get the Howling Ghost projection for 1,500 Bright Dust. Then as we move into Week 3, which will be the 1st of November, we're going to see the Star Horse mask, which is the mask ornament for the week. That will cost 1,200 Bright Dust. We can't preview it in game right now, but we can see it via the renders on Light GG. Just bear in mind when it comes up for silver on the second week, that it is also going to be available for Bright Dust on the third week. Then Week 3 will also see the Moonrise projection, a ghost projection there for 1,500 Bright Dust. And we'll see the Buster Ray exotic emote available for 3,250 Bright Dust. Another one to bear in mind right there because it will be available for silver on all weeks of the event, but if you wait till Week 3, it'll be up for Bright Dust instead. Then there is the Hold Me multiplayer emote, a legendary one right there for 1,250 Bright Dust. Plus the Papercraft Aranea shell, which is a new one for this season once again, at 2,850 Bright Dust. One of the items a lot of players will be looking forward to picking up will be the Majestic Winnie exotic Sparrow, a Star Horse themed Sparrow right there, and we get a render preview of it from Sora on Twitter right here, credit to them for that. On Week 3 it will cost 2,500 Bright Dust, and again it's worth noting that this is going to be available for silver on all 3 weeks of the event. Then according to the schedule, Week 3 will also see the Finch mask come up for 1,200 Bright Dust. And then we'll also get a new ornament for the Grand Overture, the Promethean Prelude, and that'll be 1,250 Bright Dust. And finally the Winged Nightmare projection, a ghost projection there for 1,500. That is the schedule for the 3 weeks of festival that we have at the moment, and so I thought going into the event, even though we've spoken about some of these items previously, it'd be a useful recap to focus specifically on the festival stuff. And so I hope the video has been useful and helps you avoid feeling burnt by spending silver, only to find out you can also get things for bright dust. If you've enjoyed this one, a rating below really does help us out. Let us know in the comment section any items that you're looking forward to pick up. And otherwise for today, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys very soon.